Welcome. Today we are looking at business studies, paper 2, questions and answers. Kindly subscribe. Question 1A. Explain 5 factors that may promote entrepreneurship in Kenya. 1. Government support. Favorable government policies or even favorable government regulations may encourage the emergence of the business ventures. Education on entrepreneurship with relevant skills to start and run business. Another factor is entrepreneurial culture that encourage entrepreneurship. 4. Presence of role models who may inspire entrepreneurship and create interest in business ownership. 5. Availability of capital for starting and expanding business. 6. Political stability that creates conducive environment for starting and running a business. 7. Availability of market where they can sell their goods and services. 8. Good infrastructure that facilitate access to the market and movement of input to the farms. 9. Availability of security for safety of business property and owners. 10. Fair competition that the business can withstand. 11. Good governance that ensures transparency and accountability in conducting business activities. 12. Availability of technology leading to production of desired quality and quantity. Question 1B. There has been a decline in demand for leather jackets. Explain 5 factors that may have caused this. Roman 1. Decline in consumer incomes. This may reduce their purchasing power as less able to afford the leather jackets. Roman 2. Fall in the price of substitutes. Jackets made from other materials like wool, polyester, and cotton may be cheaper. 3. Increase in price of leather. This makes the leather jackets to be out of reach for most consumers. 4. Government policy. The government may have increased rates on leather products and is making the jackets more expensive. Roman 5. Unfavorable change in taste and preferences. Consumers may be purchasing more woolen and cotton jackets. Roman 6. Decline in population. A decrease in population will lead to reduced numbers of potential and actual customers. Roman 7. Expectations of a future fall in price. Consumers may be anticipating a fall in price in the future and is currently suspending buying. Question 2A. Explain 5 positive effects of inflation to the economy. Roman 1. Debtors may pay less. Debtors may end up paying less in real terms. This is because the debtors pay for the commodities in the future are told to low prices and not the prices which the commodities would be selling. Roman 2. Sellers may earn more. This is because sellers buy the commodities when the prices are low and sell them later when the prices are high, thereby making more profits. Roman 3. Motivation to work. As prices of goods and services increase, it tends to motivate people to work harder in order to earn more so as to maintain their living standards. Roman 4. Increased production. As people work hard in order to maintain their standards of living they had before inflation, they end up producing more goods and services. Roman 5. Better use of available resources. People tend to use the available resources in the most economical way in order to avoid wastage. Question 2B. Explain 5 causes of balance of payments disequilibrium. fall in volume of exports, which reduces export earning, leading to a deficit, deterioration in the country's terms of trade. If the value of country's exports reduce relative to that of imports, the country may experience a disequilibrium in the balance of payments, as exports would be earning less compared to what is being paid for imports. Increase in volume of imports and as exports remain constant. Restriction by trading partners, which reduce the ability of the country to export. Less capital inflow compared to outflow, which leads to deficit in capital account. Overvaluation of domestic currency, which discourages exportation while encouraging importation since exports become more expensive than imports. Devaluation of currency by a trading partner, which may encourage imports than exports. Question 3a. Explain 5 benefits that a private limited company may enjoy by changing to a public limited company. Ability to raise a larger amount of capital by selling shares to the public through stock exchange market. Easy transferability of shares without any restriction. Increased transparency, as shareholders must approve companies' annual audited accounts, which are published. Increased public confidence due to increased exposure to the public. Freedom from interference by owners, as owners has no direct managerial control over the activities of the company. Increased professionalism, since the company can afford professional managers to run the business. Higher chances of continuity, since shares can be transferred freely without affecting the business. Can enjoy economies of scale due to the increased scale of production. The company can be quoted in the stock exchange market, leading to a sound management. Can advertise sale of shares to the public in the media, which attract new investors. Enhanced ability to borrow funds by selling debentures. Better management, since it is run by competent board of directors. Question 3b. Explain the functions of the following documents as used in home trade. An invoice is a document sent by the seller to the buyer demanding payment of goods supplied and shows details of goods sold. Debit note, a document sent by the seller to the buyer to correct undercharge in the invoice or when empty containers have been returned. Credit note, a document sent by the seller to the buyer to correct overcharge. Or this is a document that is sent by the seller to the buyer when goods have been returned to the seller because of their defective. Receipts, a document issued by the seller to the buyer when payment is made for the goods. Statement of accounts is a document sent by the seller to the buyer showing details of the transactions between the seller and the buyers for the month.